What if I told you that walking every day after 70 might not be keeping you young, but quietly speeding up the very aging you're trying to avoid? Sounds hard to believe, right? But hear me out. My neighbor, Mr. Thompson, 75, walks every single morning rain or shine. He logs nearly 7,000 steps around his block, thinking he's doing everything right. But last month, carrying groceries up his front steps, his knee gave out. No fracture, thank God. But it was a wake-up call. You see, walking is good. Of course it is, but relying only on walking is like watering a plant, forgetting the sunlight and nutrients. After 70, your body needs more than just steps. In this video, I'll show you 5 essential types of movement. Every senior needs to stay strong, balanced, pain-free, and independent. These are doctor back, joint-friendly, and easy to do at home. And the last one, it just might be the biggest key to aging well, and most people have never even heard of it. So stick with me to the end, because if you're over 60, this might be the most important 10 minutes you invest in your body this year. If you're ready to move with more strength, better balance, and less pain, I'd love to know you're with me. Drop your name and age in the comments, or simply type the number 9 if you're choosing to take smarter care of your body starting today. Number 1. Strength training. Your body's quiet shield. After 70, let me tell you about Helen. She's 74, lives in a small town in Oregon, and has been walking her neighborhood loop every morning for years, about 5,000 steps before breakfast. She thought she was doing everything right. Then one day she tried lifting her laundry basket, and stepping up into the house, her leg gave out. She didn't fall hard, thankfully, but it scared her. Her doctor later explained, Helen, walking keeps you moving, but it doesn't keep you strong. Here's the thing, most seniors don't realize after age 50, we start losing muscle mass quietly, steadily. It's called sarcopenia. And by 70, it can leave you noticeably weaker, even if you're active. Walking is great for your heart and circulation, but it doesn't work your glutes, hamstrings, biceps, or core the way strength training does. And those are the muscles that keep you upright, steady, and safe. The good news, you don't need a gym, you don't need heavy weights, and you definitely don't need to become a bodybuilder. Helen started simple, while push-ups, while waiting for the kettle, chair squats, during commercial breaks, lifting soup cans while chatting with her sister on the phone. This is 6 weeks. She wasn't just stronger, she felt different, more stable, more confident. She could carry heavier groceries, climb stairs without hesitation, and even open tight jars again. Strength training is your invisible armor. It keeps your legs from buckling, your hands from trembling, and your body from relying on others for everyday tasks. Want to test yourself right now? Try standing up from a firm chair without using your hands. Struggling a bit? That's not just aging. That's your muscle mass waving a red flag. But here's truth. Muscle response at any age. Even at 80, just 10 to 15 minutes, 3 times a week can dramatically reverse the slide. So don't wait for a scare to start building strength. Start small, stay consistent, and treat it like brushing your teeth, part of taking care of the only body you've got. Number 2, balance and stability, the forgotten skill that keeps you on your feet. David, 76, used to be as steady as they come. A retired bus driver from Kansas, he had walked thousands of people safely from stop to stop for over 30 years. Balance, he never gave it a second thought, until one afternoon, walking to his mailbox, he stepped off the curb and his foot hesitated, just enough for him to nearly fall face first onto the sidewalk. That moment shook him more than expected. Here's the truth, no one tells you, balance is a skill, not a trait. And like any skill, if you don't practice it, you lose it. It's easy to assume walking alone keeps your balance sharp, but walking is a repetitive forward motion. It doesn't challenge your body's internal GPS system, what doctors call proprioception, and it doesn't wake up your ankle stabilizers in or ear or action time. That's why falls are the #1 cause of hospital visits for seniors in the US, not heart attacks, not strokes, falls. David's doctor didn't just tell him to be careful. She gave him 3 exercises: standing on one foot while brushing his teeth, walking heel to toe in a straight line, sidestepping with eyes gently closed for just a few seconds. Within 2 weeks, he noticed he wasn't reaching for walls and furniture as much. Within a month, he felt more confident walking outdoors. Want to try it now? Stand next to a counter. Lift one foot off the ground and count to 10. Easy. Now try it with your eyes closed. Wobbling a bit, that's your body saying, hey, we need to work on this. The best part? Balance training takes just minutes a day. No equipment, no gym, and it might be the single biggest thing you can do to prevent a fall that changes everything. So next time you think about your health, don't just think strong, think steady, because staying on your feet starts with training your brain and body to work together even in the small moments. Number 3, flexibility and mobility, because life doesn't move in straight line. Marilyn, 78, used to love gardening. Her backyard in North Carolina was filled with colorful flowers, winding stone paths, and the scent of rosemary in the air. But one morning, while backing out of her driveway, she realized something strange. She couldn't comfortably turn her head to look over her shoulder. It wasn't pain, it was stuck. Her neck felt tight, her back stiff, and when she tried to reach into the back seat for her purse, her arm just didn't go as far as it used to. She chalked it up to just getting older. But what she didn't know is that she was feeling wasn't inevitable. It was a warning sign of underused, not age. See, walking is wonderful, but it's mostly forward motion in a straight line. It doesn't rotate your spine, stretch your hips, or open up your chest. And over time, your joints begin to lock up from lack of movement variety. Marlene's physical therapist didn't give her pills. She gave her mobility drills, seated spinal twists while watching her favorite show, gentle neck rolls every morning, arm sweeps and toe touches, ankle circles and wrist stretches before bed. 30 days later, Marlene could look behind her while driving without strain. She could reach overhead in the kitchen without wincing, and she was back in her garden pruning roses with a smile. Flexibility is not about touching your toes or doing yoga handstands. It's about doing everyday things with ease, putting on socks, picking up grandchild, turning your head when someone calls your name. Want to check your mobility right now? Try this. Sit tall and slowly turn your head to the left, then to the right. Do you feel tightness? Does it stop short? That's stiffness. It's your body gently asking for more movement variety. The great thing is mobility can be trained in tiny moments. During TV time, while waiting for your coffee, even lying in bed before sleep. It doesn't require sweat or soreness, just attention and intention. So if you want to keep moving through life with grace and freedom, don't just
walk straight, twist, reach, bend, stretch. Because life happens in all directions and your body should be ready to follow. Number 4, corn posture. The silent foundation of strength and stability.
Leonard is 76, a retired engineer from Ohio, who always prided himself on being strong and upright. For most of his life, he carried himself tall shoulders, back, chest, open, confident stride. But recently his daughter noticed something. He was starting to lean forward when he walked. Not a lot, but enough to make her worry. His back hurt after short walks. He struggled to stand up straight from the couch, and tying his shoes felt harder than it used to. When he finally visited a movement specialist, the diagnosis surprised him. It wasn't arthritis, it wasn't spinal damage, it was core atrophy, the slow weakening of the deep muscles that support posture stability and strength. Here's what many people don't realize. Walking doesn't activate your deep core muscles, the ones that stabilize your spine, pelvis, and diaphragm. These muscles are like the foundation of a house. If they weaken, the whole structure begins to tilt. But here's the good news. You don't need fancy equipment to rebuild your core. Leonard started small, standing with his heels, hips, and head, touching a wall for 2 minutes a day, doing seated pelvic tilt during commercials, practicing core, bracing, deep breathing, while gently tightening his lower belly. In just a few weeks, his back pain eased by more than half. His posture improved. He even said he could breathe deeper and felt less bloated after meals. Why be you? Because posture isn't just about looks. It affects your digestion, breathing, and even balance. Want to try a simple test? Stand against the wall. Can your head, shoulders, and tailbone all touch the wall at once? If not, or if it feels strained, that's your cue. And here's the beautiful part. Core strength responds at any age. Whether you're 60 or 90, your posture can improve with just a few focused minutes a day. So the next time you feel that little slouch creeping in, don't just shrug it off. Stand tall, breathe deep, and give your core the gentle attention it's quietly asking for. Because staying upright isn't just about standing straight, it's about living strong, moving freely, and aging with dignity. Number 5, joint-friendly movement. Move smarter, not just more. Malcolm is 79, a lifelong hiker from Colorado. Even after retirement, he kept his morning routine a 3-mile walk through the foothills every day. He felt proud staying active, especially when friends' age were slowing down. But over time, something changed. He started noticing a dull aching his knees. His ankles felt stiff after walking. Some days he'd come home and need to ice both legs just to get through the afternoon. He assumed it was just old age, but at his next checkup, his orthopedic doctor said something he didn't expect. Malcolm, it's not age, it's repetition without support. Walking is often labeled the perfect low-impact exercise, and it is for many, but when joints aren't supported by strong muscles, especially after 70, repetitive walking, especially on hard pavement, can quietly wear down cartilage and strain the knees, hip, and ankles. It's like driving a car with poor alignment. You might get where you're going, but the tires wear down fast, so Malcolm made his shift. He replaced 2 of his weekly walks with joint-friendly alternatives. Water aerobics at his local YMCA, the buoyancy relief joint pressure, a recumbent bike on Sundays, easy on the knees, still great cardio, chair yoga 3 mornings a week to stretch and strengthen without impact. Within a month he noticed something huge: less swelling, less stiffness, more enjoyment. He still walked, but now is strength and support behind every step. Here's the takeaway: movement is essential, but variety is vital. If walking leaves you sore, that's not just aging, it's your body asking for change. Want to try something right now? Sit in a chair and stand up without using your hands. If your knees or hips complain, it's a sign your joints are doing the work your muscles should be supporting. So what can you add to your routine? Aquatic exercises, seated resistance, band workouts, tai chi, stationary, cycling, gentle mobility flows on the floor or in a chair. These aren't lesser forms of exercise. They're smarter ones for where your body is now. Malcolm didn't give up walking, he just walks smarter, and you can too. Because aging well isn't about doing less, it's about doing what keeps you moving, with strength, comfort, and confidence. Final thoughts. It's never too late to move better. Let's be honest, most of our later years, and yes, walking is wonderful. It gets you moving, clears your head, supports your heart. But now you know walking alone just isn't enough. It doesn't build the strength to help you climb stairs with confidence. It doesn't train your balance to keep you steady during unexpected moments. It doesn't stretch your joints or support your posture or protect your knees. After 70, your body needs more than just motion. It needs smart, targeted movement that keeps you strong, steady, flexible,
upright and pain-free. But here's the good news: you don't have to overhaul your life.
Just 10 to 15 minutes a day consistently is enough to make a real difference. Think back to Helen, David, Marlene, Leonard, and Malcolm. None of them started big. They started where they were with what they had, and they took small steps that brought big results. Now it's your turn. Which area will you focus on? For strength, balance, flexibility, core, or joint-friendly movement? Leave a comment below and let us know. Your story might be the one that inspires someone else to start their journey too. Stay strong, stay curious, and keep moving with purpose.